Hello and welcome to another game review. Yep, it's time to piss off some wargaming fanboys. And today's game review will be on World of Warplanes, which was quite possibly the buggiest piece of shit I have ever seen, or when it first came out. So yeah, just to spare the fanboys the pain of hearing all the bad things about their game, we'll start with the good things. So, with the patches, they've fixed a lot of the bugs. The planes, they've changed the tech trees so that the planes actually exist instead of being prototypes or never entering. Mass production of 8 of them were made. They're actually most of them, if not all, planes that actually flew in the wars. But then there's the addition of quite possible, in fact, the most famous of all air forces, the RAF, which wasn't in at the start. And so yeah, they've added the RAF now, and they've got quite a lot. It's quite good. The tech trees now and stuff like that. What the fuck did I put that? But yeah, there's upgrades, and they've added a battle against bots thing for people who absolutely suck, like my brother. The assemble flight thing, I'm not sure if that was in at the start, but I've only started using it in the past year. Well, in the past half a year, actually. But you know. Now on to the bad points. Yes, that's all the good points. The bad points. At the start of the game, there was no RAF. Half the planes were works of fiction in most of the tech trees. The sound effects are absolutely awful. The game pretty much encourages crashing to people because the only people that play it are the people who don't play War Thunder, and the only people who don't play War Thunder are the people who are just useless at flying. So when I look like I'm about to win a match, I get instantly killed because some idiot can't fly the plane. Then there's the effects, the explosions and the hit effects before the game was patched, and it was shocking. It looked like someone had let a 5-year-old loose with an orange crayon. That's how bad it looked. And then later on, I think they fixed the explosions and hit effects, but the projectiles were still really, really bad. Then there's pretty much nowhere that the enemy can't hide on the map, instead of like World of Tanks where you've got tanks that can't move around constantly because there's cover there. The fact that there is no cover means there could be one guy left on the enemy team and you will never ever find him, and it will be a draw because there is no way to find that player. Yeah, but A&D, when it came out, I'm not sure if they've changed this, but the default settings, A&D in War Thunder, not barrel rolls, aileron rolls, not barrel rolls are for Star Fox idiots. Aileron rolls, in War Thunder. But on this, in World of Warplanes, you had to press the left and right arrow keys. Imagine that. It doesn't work. The maps at the start of the game looked really fucking awful. And there was effectively no gameplay to it at all. The other good thing about it is they've joined the accounts with World of Tanks. So if you're doing really, really well on that, you can just transfer all your stuff onto World of Warplanes, and so you can just get more things, more planes, quicker. I do like the idea that World of Warplanes does give you a premium, one free premium day. I've had 2 in 2 weeks now. This is the second. I should probably get back on after this video, but you know, and that's really all there is to say about this game. A couple of months back, I think, they updated it so the ground targets weren't just one ground target anymore, which is good. They updated it so each ground target was made up of 3 or 4 separate parts. So, and you get points for each of those parts, and that was a really good idea because it's enhanced the gameplay. There's more options, there's more things for you to shoot at, there's more things for you to bomb, and that was just a really, really good idea. I'm not sure if they've added any new maps at all, but yeah, so it's time for the final verdict. Okay, so there's going to be 2 final verdicts for this video. The first one will be post-patch, and the second will be at release. And so the post-patch verdict is a 7 out of 10. It is a good game post-patch, and with a few more patches, it could definitely be up there with War Thunder and compete with it, which needs to happen. But okay, so now for the game at release. The game at release gets a 5 out of 10. It was shitty. It was so much worse than World of Tanks. You couldn't even compare the two. You couldn't guess that they were made by the same company. World of Tanks is so good of a game, and World of Warplanes is just shit. It gets a 5 out of 10. Did I say 5 or 6 out of 10? I mean 5 out of 10. If I said 6 out of 10, sorry, but it's 5 out of 10. It was shitty. There was no excusing it. And for an April Fool's joke, the developers actually seemed to acknowledge that their game was shitty, and so they put in a German UFO which both looked and sounded better than the actual planes in game, and that just, well, it pissed me off. Because if they could do that for April Fool's Day for one day only, they could sure as hell do it for the rest of the planes. But they didn't bother. And so that's why it gets a 5 out of 10. Yeah, let the hate commence. Anyway, that's all for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And, as always, subscribe.